So there is not much of an engagement there, but there will be like probably a blogger with say 30k followers, but she might get 100 comments.
Yeah.
Okay, so she basically has a highly engaged profile.
Yes.
So when it comes to ROI, you always go for the profiles that are much more engaged versus followers.
These days in the social media world, how do brands measure their return on investment beyond just, wow, we got 5 million likes and 1,000 comments? Because what I see, and we talked about this offline, I have this theory that with geo and cheap internet, and India is the cheapest place for internet across the world right now.
Absolutely.
And with that, like for example, Kim Kardashian puts up a picture, she gets 30 million likes, but she might get 20 million likes from some random city in Ghaziabad that will never buy that $100 shampoo.
Yeah.
But the brands may not care because that person who hired her is just like, whoa, look, we got 30 million likes. But if 20 million of those will never ever spend, you were better off getting 10 million likes just from Texas or Los Angeles. So how do brands kind of filter through the clutter and the noise to actually measure actionable return on investment for their post, whether it's your post, my post, or a big celebrity's post?
So I also have done influencer marketing for a couple of brands. So basically, when it comes to influencer marketing, you identify the right influencers for a brand, right? Like, so that's when ROI comes into the picture.
And have brands got very clever now at when they pick an influencer to do a quick scan of their page to see if they're bots or not bots?
Yeah. See, couple of things that has to be kept in mind before going ahead with an influencer. It also includes I don't believe followers are everything. Because if I'm promoting a 5,000 rupee shampoo, and if you from your followers, even if 4 people buy
of
the
course,
shampoo,
there's ROI there.
There is ROI. Like I'm getting at least what I put in, or like maybe more than that. That's the way like I look at it. So wait, in a better way, I'll explain. So say for example, a brand is there and an influencer. Okay, so the brand is looking to connect with different influencers to do a campaign to promote a particular product.
Okay.
So this is the requirement that the brand puts across to you. So next thing is understanding what the brand's requirement is if they're looking at branding. So if it's only branding, there is no ROI involved. So if they're
just getting the word out,
getting the word out. So that's when you go for influencers with higher following.
Okay.
And people who are who can spread the word out to the maximum.
Yeah, like that new pub opened up in UB City, or that new salon or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now comes the next category, where engagement. So there will be people with 100k, they might have only 10 comments. Yeah. So there is no engagement.
That's my YouTube and Twitter, by the way, but I've never paid. But yes, go on.
So there is not much of an engagement there, but there will be probably a blogger with say 30k followers, but she might get 100 comments.
Yeah.
Okay. So she basically has a highly engaged profile.
Yes.
So when it comes to ROI, you always go for the profiles that are much more engaged versus followers.
When it comes to ROI. And when it comes to awareness and brand building, you go the opposite.
You always go with people who have more people in their profile, because that's my priority over there. When it comes to ROI, I have to give a validation to the brand why these influencers, and there are different ways to measure it. Okay. So one of the ways is basically giving them a coupon code.
Yes, and then seeing how many act on that.
How many probably used it. Another one is swipe up links.